coffee in my family for as long as I can remember. In fact, I can remember the exact day that I took my first sip. My parents would get up early in the morning and talk about grown-up things and drink their coffee, but I wanted to be a part of that, so got up earlier than normal. I walked downstairs, and I went outside, and I sat in my mom's lap, and I just listened to them talk. And then I noticed my mom was drinking something, and so I asked her, I was like, "What are you drinking, Mom?" And she said, "You wouldn't like it." Of course, I don't like being told what I can and cannot like, so out of spite, I grabbed her mug, took a giant gulp, set it down, and I said, "Well, joke's on you. I do like it." And from that moment on, I've been drinking coffee outside with my parents. Eventually, my brother and my other sisters joined us, but it started out with just us three, my mom, dad, me. One day, I was homesick from school, and it was just me and my mom. My dad was at work, my brother was at school, my sisters were at school. So I sat down with my coffee mug, my mom sat down with her coffee mug, and we just drank. And then she looked at me and she set her mug down and she said, "How are you liking school?" And I set my mug down and I said, "I love it. I'm making good grades. I'm enjoying it," because that's what she wanted to hear. It's what all parents want to hear from their child. And then she asked another question. She asked, "Are you making any friends?" And that's when I immediately grabbed from my cup and took the biggest gulp I could possibly take. So I didn't want to answer that question. But of course I could only drink for so long, and I set my mug down. And I told my mom, I said, "I'm not making any friends. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. They all hate me, they all bully me, and that's how it is." And then she sets her mug down and she leans forward and she looks at me and she says, "You're fine." So I grabbed my mug, took one last sip, and I said, "Yes, ma'am." And I walked inside and didn't really go back out at that point. I didn't want to be asked hard questions, things that they didn't really understand anyway. So eventually, I kind of got over that. I got up earlier than normal. I walked downstairs and I opened up the cabinet. And right in the middle was my mother's favorite coffee mug. I wasn't about to pass up this opportunity. This coffee mug could hold so much coffee. So I grabbed it out of the cabinet and clumsy me dropped it on the ground. Made a perfect little U shape right where the handle is, support the cup. And then I panicked and super glued it back together and filled it up with water to make sure things wouldn't leak out, and I put it back in the cabinet, got a different mug, filled it up with coffee, and went outside. Unfortunately, I got up a little bit too early that morning. My parents weren't yet up, and so then a few short minutes later, they come out with their coffee mugs and sit down and join me, and as if this couldn't get any worse, my mother has her favorite mug. She's just sitting there, and she's just drinking it like nothing's wrong. I'm panicking, like she's gonna know, she's gonna find out. And then she notices that I'm sweating bullets, and she sets her mug down. She says, "What's wrong?" I said, "Mom, I'm sorry, I dropped your mug and I broke it." She picks up the mug and she looks at it. And she sets it down and she looks at me and she says, "It's fine." It wasn't fine. I'd broken it. I broke it and I tried to fix it and it wasn't fine. She didn't notice. My dad didn't notice. My siblings didn't notice. But I knew. I knew it was broken. I knew I was broken. But they all said it was fine. So then I thought, maybe it is fine. Maybe it's fixed. Maybe I'm fixed. Thank you. I'm Audra Martin.
I'm Adam South.
And we're going to be doing a piece from Barefoot in the Park.
soup. Or a flight. I didn't think I'd get that much out. Has it always been 6 flights? I don't remember it being 6 flights when I first saw the place. Why is that?
You didn't see this apartment before, don't you remember? The woman wasn't home. You saw the 3rd floor apartment.
Oh, and that's why.
You don't like it. You really don't like it.
Oh, no, I do. I'm just waiting for my eyes to clear first.
I expected you to walk in here and say, wow.
I will. Okay. Wow.
All will be beautiful. I promise. You just came home too soon.
You know I missed you.
Did you really?
Right in the middle of the Monday morning conference, I began to feel sexy.
Boy, let's go back to the plaza. We have an hour until checkout time.
No, we can't. We took a towel and 2 ashtrays. We're hot.
Gosh, you still love me.
After 6 days at the plaza, what's the trick?
But that was the honeymoon. Now that we're on regular schedule, I figured you'd come home, we'd shake hands, and start the marriage.
How do you do?
My turn to say, wow, for a lawyer, you're some good kisser.
For a kisser, I'm some good lawyer.
What does that mean? Something's happened? Something wonderful?
It's not for sure yet. They're supposed to call and let me know in 5 minutes.
Oh, they called.
What?
I mean, they're calling.
When?
Now they're calling now.
Where?
There.
Why didn't you tell me?
You forgot. You kissed me and got me all crazy.
Frank? Yeah, listen, what it... Oh, very funny. For a lawyer, I'm some good kisser. Yeah? Well, you're kidding. The whole thing? Oh, Frank, baby, I love you. What do you mean nervous? I passed the bar, didn't I? Yes, I'll go over everything tonight. I'll meet you at Schrapp's at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll go over the briefs there. Hey, what kind of tie do I wear? I don't know, I was thinking something flowing. Like Oliver Wendell Holmes. Did you hear? Did you hear?
What about tonight?
I've got to be in court in the morning. I've got my first case.
What about tonight?
I'll have to go over the briefs. Marshall has to be in Washington in the morning, and he wants me to take over with Frank. But it's really my case. Oh, Corey, honey, I'm going to be a lawyer.
That's wonderful, Paul. I just thought we were going to spend tonight together.
We'll spend tomorrow night together. I brought those affidavits.
I thought of that nightgown.
Marshall had everything laid out when I was at the office. It seems simple enough. Furrier is suing a woman for non-payment of bills.
And I was going to cook you spaghetti with the white clam sauce in a bikini.
We're representing the Furrier. He made 4 specially tailored coats for a woman on Park Avenue. Now she doesn't want the coats.
Then I found this great thing on 8th Street. It's a crossword puzzle with dirty words.
But he can't get rid of them. The lady is 4 foot tall. He'd have to sell them to a rich little girl.
And then I was going to put on a record and do an authentic Cambodian fertility dance.
The only problem is, he didn't have a signed contract. What are you doing?
Trying to get you all hot and bothered, and you're summing up for the jury. The whole marriage is over.
Oh, Corey, honey, I'm sorry. I guess I just got a little excited. You want me to be rich and famous, don't you?
During the day, but at nighttime I want you to be cute and sexy.
I will be, just as soon as Birnbaum versus Gump is over. I'll tell you what. Tomorrow night is your night. We'll do whatever you want.
Something wild, insane, and crazy?
I promise.
Like what?
I don't know, come home early and we'll wallpaper each other.
Paul, it's wonderful. Can't we do it tonight?
No, we can't do it tonight because tonight we're going to work. So where do I sit?
Furniture will be here by 5. They promised.
5, it's 5:30. What do we do tonight? Sleep in Bloomingdale's?
You'll be here, Paul. They're probably just stuck in traffic.
Well, what do we do tonight? I've got a case in court in the morning. Maybe we should check back into a hotel.
Just checked out of the hotel. I don't care if the furniture doesn't come. I'm staying in my apartment tonight.
Where? Where? There's only room for 1 in the bathtub, and... Where's the bathtub?
There is no bathtub.
No bathtub?
There's a shower.
How am I going to take a bath?
Don't take a bath. Don't take a shower.
I don't like showers. I like baths. to take a bath.
You'll sit in the shower and hang your feet over the sink. I'm sorry there's no bathtub, Paul.
Boy of all nights. Oh, it's freezing in here. Isn't there any heat?
Of course there's heat. We have a radiator.
The radiator's the coldest thing in the room.
It's probably the boiler. It's probably off in the whole building.
No, it was warm when I was coming up the stairs. See? It's nice and warm out here.
Maybe it's because the apartment's empty.
Well, the hall's empty too, but it's warm out here.
Maybe it'll get warmer once I get a fire going.
A fire! You'd have to keep the flame going night and day. I'll call the landlord.
The landlord's not home.
Where is he?
Florida. There's a handyman that comes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
You mean we freeze on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays?
He'll be here in the morning.
And what'll we do tonight? I've got a case in court in the morning.
Will you stop saying it like you always have a case in court in the morning? This is your first one.
Well, what'll we do?
I don't know. The furniture will be here soon. In the meantime, you can sit over the stove with your law books and a shawl like Abraham Lincoln.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
No. It's supposed to be nasty. It just came out funny. What are you doing?
I'm checking to see if the windows are closed.
They're closed. I look.
Well, then why is it windy?
I don't feel a draft.
I didn't say draft, I said wind. There's a brisk northeasterly wind blowing in this room.
Don't have to get sarcastic.
I'm not getting sarcastic. I'm getting chapped lips.
How can there be wind in a closed room?
How's this for an answer? There's a hole in the skylight.
Oh, gee, I didn't see that one before. Did you?
I didn't see the apartment before.
Well, maybe we can plug it up with something for tonight.
How? How? That is 20 feet high. You'd have to fly over in a plane and drop something in.
It's only for one night, and it's not that cold.
In February, do you know what it's like at 3 o'clock in the morning in February? Ice cold freezing.
It's not going to be freezing. I called the landlord and the weather bureau, and they said it's only going to be cloudy. A light?
What? What? With a light what?
Snow.
Snow? It's going to snow tonight. In here.
They're wrong as often as they're right.
I'm going to be shoveling snow in my own living room.
It's just a tiny hole.
With that wind, it could blow 6-foot drifts into the bathroom. Corey, I don't understand how you can be so calm about all this.
Well, what is it you want me to do?
Go to pieces like me. It's only natural.
I've got a better idea. I'll keep you warm, and there's no charge for the electricity.
I can see I haven't got much of a law career ahead of me.
Good. I hope we starve and they find us dead in each other's arms.
Frozen skinny lovers found on 48th Street.
Are we in love again?
We're in love again.